From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Monday morning. Hope you had a fantastic weekend out there. It's going to be another active week of weather. High winds for today and tonight. A little break for Tuesday, but they're going to ramp back up for Tuesday night and Wednesday. Lots of rainfall this week for the Cascades. A lot of rain chances for lower elevations as well, but there will be the potential that our rivers could reach that minor flooding stage. And then high temperatures, very mild for this time of the year in the 50s and 60s all throughout this week. First Alert radar showing you a few more snow showers now picking up in the Cascades. And for the rest of us, it's looking pretty dry out there. Wind gusts doing their thing in the Cascades, and for the Blues, lower elevations not as gusty, but it's going to start to pick up as we head a little bit deeper into the day. Right now, temperatures mostly, well, actually all rephrase here. They're in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, just kind of depending on the microclimate. 30s and 40s for the mountains, 30s and 40s for the valleys, but 40s and 50s for the basin and for the foothills. 54 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities doesn't feel half bad. So for today, it's going to be a gloomy Monday, a lot of rain chances, plenty of clouds, the winds, and I'll talk more about the winds coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Kennewick schools are turning to voters for help. We're talking about proposed levies aiming to keep programs running and students safe. We'll break down what the district is asking for and why it matters. Plus, after a week-long strike, Moses Lake students are finally heading back to class. This after the district and teachers reached a deal. We'll explain what's changed and what families need to know as of this morning. And lights, camera, action. These Hermiston Middle School students are proving their broadcasting skills are award-worthy. We'll show you how they captured first and third place wins nationally. All these stories and more is coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, December 8th. We have a lot to get to this morning, so we're getting right into your top stories. We start with a follow-up in Moses Lake, where the school district says it has submitted a plan to end the educator strike. The Moses Lake School District says its proposal restored many of the provisions from the previous contract the union had requested. It also includes a 2% pay increase. Employees would also receive retroactive pay under the offer. School was canceled all last week because of the strike, but the district has since announced classes will resume today. It'll be on a normal late start schedule. Now to continuing coverage, Franklin County leaders say something has to change on Highway 395, and they're calling for a major regional discussion to make this happen. Commissioners Stephen Bowman and Clint Didier, along with State Senator Nikki Torres and Representative Mark Clicker, are sounding the alarm after a growing number of deadly crashes on 395. This is just north of Pasco, and they're holding a joint work session to talk through possible fixes, and everybody is invited. The meeting is set for this Wednesday, that's December 10th at 10 in the morning at the Hapo Center on Burden Boulevard in Pasco. 6:03 in Fire Watch now. A family dog is being credited with saving the lives of its owners after their home caught fire Friday morning. This happened in West Richland in the 1200 block of Broadview Drive. Firefighters say the blaze started in the garage and the family's dog began barking, alerting them to get out of the house. When fire crews got to the scene, they found heavy smoke and flames coming from that garage area.
You know, most fatal fires happen in the middle of the night because we're sleeping. In this case, they were awake, they were moving around already in the morning, getting things going for the day, so they were aware of the fire pretty quickly. So that gave us the time to get here and contain it to the garage.
The fire chief also says the fire may have started due to a space heater being used to keep the pets warm. Some of the pets have not yet been found, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Talking education news now. As voters get ready for February, the Kennewick School District is asking the community to renew 2 of its 4-year levies. The district says the levies help cover programs and staff not fully funded by the state. This includes student activities, counseling support, and classroom technology. The Safety and Technology Levy also pays for the district's school safety officers, many of whom are retired law enforcement.
The experiences or the communication that I have is there's a continued support of our schools and what we're accomplishing in the Kennewick School District.
Both levies make up about 9% of the district's total budget. The special election for the levy is set for February 10th. 6:05, and we turn now to Eastern Oregon, where it may be home to some of the most promising young journalists in the country. One school took home top awards from the National Scholastic Press Association's Middle School Broadcast Competition. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us why one program in Hermiston is gaining national attention.
This is ALTV, winner of the 2025 Student Television Network Distinguished Merit Award.
The award-winning students at Armin Larvey Middle School in Hermiston are really showing us professionals that we need to step up our game. 8th grader Eric Frost is in his 3rd year of Armin Larvey's broadcast program. Working mostly as a photographer, 2 pieces he shot video for are big winners in the middle school broadcast competition, with the Entry Chess Club Opens taking 1st place nationally and Great Clips taking 3rd.
I definitely have the most connection with my chess club story, just because it's something that I do personally. You know, chess, it's a fun activity. It's a fun thing to do to pass time. It helps your precognition and other items.
Eric and his classmates Genevicia and Kyle work together to make the stories, and their awards are a testament to how Armin Larvey's broadcast program keeps growing. Rob Doherty is the program's teacher. He says he started instructing a broadcast course back in 2012 as an elective, before receiving a call from the school district 5 years ago.
The district said, hey, let's, would you be interested in having this be a full-time elective? And I said, absolutely, because I saw the value in that one class that we had. At that time, that one class, we had 90 kids would sign up for it every quarter.
Doherty says he teaches all the way from beginner to level 3 broadcasting, with students fully doing all the filming, writing, and editing themselves. His classes have been winning awards for the past few years, and he's giving the credit to the kids.
I'm always amazed at what they're able to do with what they've learned in class. They never cease to amaze me.
ALTV broadcasts live morning announcements each Friday and has a more in-depth show once a month. Reporting from Hermiston, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And the program is an affiliate of the Student Television Network, which runs several competitions each year. All right, keep it here, because coming up next, the holiday magic is here. Volunteers are building hundreds of bikes for kids across Eastern Washington for the annual Bikes for Tykes event. We'll take you inside to get a closer look at that event. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it right here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
The Kia Season of New Tradition sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Get an additional rebate when you purchase any new 2025 Niro, Seltos, Sorrento, Sportage, or select Tellurides in stock, including hybrid and PHEV models. Get a 2025 Telluride EX X-Line all-wheel drive for just $46,617 and 0.9% for 60 months. Overturf Kia, Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
The chill of winter has always been warmed by the glow of tradition, which sometimes starts as a simple gift that is then passed from generation to generation. The holiday season gives us just one more reason to find joy in the little things. And as years fly by, we realize the true gift is actually in the time we get to share together. This season, as past gifts turn into today's treasures, here's to creating that one more cherished moment with the ones you love. Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, celebrating tradition since 1905.
Apple Valley News Now's Christmas Wish wants to help local families this holiday season.
Do you know someone who needs a bill paid or something else they can't afford?
If so, let us know, and maybe we can help.
To nominate someone and learn more, just click on Christmas Wish at applevalleynewsnow.com.
A big thank you to Idaho Central Credit Union, IBEW Local 112, and Chinook Home Healthcare for supporting Apple Valley News Now's Christmas Wish.
And we hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Look and feel your best this holiday season with special pricing on Botox and fillers at Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City. Smooth, fine lines, add natural-looking volume, and step into every celebration with confidence. We also offer a full range of dermatology services and products to keep your skin healthy year-round. To schedule your appointment, call 509-588-4555 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Happy holidays.
You're invited to our Christmas light show.
Season's greetings from all of us here at Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're going to have more high winds to start off this week, but here's the way it's going to go down. It's going to be windy for today and tonight, a little reprieve for Tuesday, but then they start to pick up once again for Tuesday night into Wednesday. So for today, gusts anywhere between 40 to 45 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Pendleton, and Walla Walla. Gust up around 50 miles per hour for US 97 at Salinas Pass. Then for tonight, this is probably going to be the strongest time frame, 55 miles per hour for Salinas Pass, 45 miles per hour for the Basin and the foothills, 35 miles per hour for Ellensburg and Yakima. And then we skip over Tuesday. Tuesday night, they start to ramp back up, 35 to 40 miles per hour for the Basin and foothills. And then by the time we get to Wednesday, here they go again for the valleys, 25 to 35 miles per hour, 35 to 40 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Pendleton, and Walla Walla. So if you have any loose outdoor objects such as Christmas decorations, inflatables, be sure you're bringing those inside, that you're tying them down at the very least. Our weather's going to be so active over the next handful of days because we have this train of storm systems that's just going through the Pacific Northwest right now. You see this warm front right here way up in British Columbia, which means we're definitely in the warm sector of the system. So that means that high temperatures are going to feel abnormally warm for this time of the year in the 50s and 60s all throughout this week. Here's what it's going to look like in the Tri-Cities. Look at this. The coolest day this week in the forecast. It's Saturday, 53 degrees, still about 10 degrees warmer than normal. The warmest day, Wednesday, mid-60s, about 20 degrees warmer than normal. So a very abnormal forecast, and this means we'll get a whole bunch of rain in the Cascades, which in turn means minor river flooding will be possible. We'll talk about this coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Making a difference now in Kennewick, hundreds of helping hands gathered last week at the Three Rivers Convention Center. They transformed the space into a workshop filled with the spirit of giving. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia says this annual event is what makes a real difference in the lives of children all across the region.
In just moments, the Three Rivers Convention Center transforms into a local Santa's workshop, a place buzzing with energy and purpose. This is the 16th annual Bikes for Tykes event, a tradition that Tina Clouston says keeps the wheels turning year after year due to the powerful impact it has on children's lives.
We've seen the difference in the community. We've seen a great improvement in the school's attendance, which also helps improve the kids' grades. We've also seen the difference in just activity in the community and seeing more kids out and about riding bikes.
For Jonna Wilson and Paisley Simi, students at Kaipi High School, this is their second year volunteering. They share the same passion to help make a difference by giving children something special.
We're just really into the volunteering thing for people who need it and the children so they can have the best gifts that they can get.
We're here because we're here with our FFA chapter, and we like to volunteer for these types of things to help people out as much as possible.
When it comes to building bikes, we've been given one piece of advice.
Patience is key.
I think the most words of wisdom would be patience, because you have to remember these are a bunch of construction workers for the most part, and they're working with high school students, and so we always ask them to have patience.
Clouston tells us that more than 500 volunteers come together every year to build these bikes. Among them is a dedicated safety crew making sure every detail is checked carefully.
We have a QC station that is ran by mostly our veteran groups that come in and help. HAPO community is over there. And so we really try to make sure that the QC is manned more by adults And so the bikes get checked several times before they go out to the community.
What started as a project of 120 bikes has blossomed over the years.
We've grown and grown. We usually average 1,600 bikes. Unfortunately, with the economy and the cost of things, we were only able to order half the bikes this year. So we're still doing 800 bikes, which sounds like a lot, but every year we get 1,400 requests for bikes, and we've never been able to fill all of the bike requests.
These bikes will be distributed far and wide throughout eastern Washington, from Moses Lake, La Grande, up to Yakima, and some even headed as far as Olympia. The organization welcomes any fundraising ideas to help continue supporting this cause. Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Also, Clouston shares that the majority of these bikes will find their new homes with the kiddos well before Christmas. All right, keep it here because coming up next, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking for the rest of the week. It's all coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast in just a few minutes.
Toyotathon is on! Discover holiday magic with a new Toyota. Take a 4Runner skiing.
Wow.
Sick. Pick out the perfect tree with the Tacoma.
Bingo.
Or find the best sledding spot with a Grand Highlander.
Whoa.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon. Oh, Santa got my letter.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Toyotathon is on.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Sundown M Ranch, healing begins the moment you arrive. With residential treatment, outpatient programs, and specialized youth care, we support the whole person every step of the way. Our serene setting offers comfort, peace, and space to just breathe.
Ellensburg is a great place to visit all year long. Let's talk with some local businesses. This is Ellensburg.
I'm Megan West, owner of Claim Clothing in downtown Ellensburg. Claim Clothing is a store located in our downtown core of Ellensburg, Washington. There is something happening all year long in Ellensburg.
Ellensburg is awesome. We have a great community, we've got a university, and you've got a huge community of locals and outdoor enthusiasts.
You've got great restaurants and wine, and yeah, there's a lot to do downtown in Ellensburg.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, click on Volunteers Count under the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Low energy, overeating, feeling hopeless. These are 3 symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. More about SAD and ways to cope at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Seasonal Affective Disorder Month, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine? How much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call CarShield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-242-3095.
First Alert Weather Radar, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The Cascades are just going to get blasted with rainfall for this week, which means that our rivers, specifically the Natchez and the Yakima rivers, could reach up into minor flood stage. So we will talk about that. First, let's time out the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. By 8 a.m., now rainfall really starting to pick up for the Cascades. Lighter rainfall now picking up for the valleys. And I'll just kind of put this into motion. You see, the bulk of the heaviest stuff is going to be in the Cascades and the Blues for today. Lower elevations mostly going to get spared, but you'll see as we start to get into the overnight hours into Tuesday, this is when rain chances are going to be much more prone to fill in the gaps of lower elevations. Also, snow levels lowering at this point, so that's when we'll start to see our past conditions sliding downhill just a little bit. We'll show you some of the snowfall totals here in just a little bit. Okay, tomorrow, just wet weather all throughout the day, at least that's what it looks like. And then into the evening, maybe a little bit drier for lower elevations, but still the Cascades getting just loads and loads and loads of water. You can see hour by hour precip chances for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, free in the App Store or on Google Play. Lower elevation is going to look much drier for Friday and beyond, but let's go ahead and show you some of the rainfall totals we're expecting from this morning through Friday morning. That's not a typo, folks. 10 to 11 inches of rainfall for the Cascades throughout the course of this work week, and that's going to slide down into our river basins, and it's going to make our river levels go up. So here's what it's going to look like at the Yakima River at Kiona. And it looks as if the crest is actually going to be later than the crest of the other rivers we've shown you this morning. This crest is probably going to be on Saturday at 10 a.m. around 14 feet. This is minor flood stage, and there will be minor flooding of pastures and roads adjacent to the river, especially in low-lying areas of West Richland, per the National Weather Service Pendleton official river forecast. So we'll continue to monitor this throughout the course of this week. Okay, now onto the snowfall late tonight through tomorrow afternoon. 4 inches for Tollgate, 2 to 4 inches for our Cascade passes. We'll keep a close eye on that as well. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain likely through Wednesday, windy Monday and Wednesday, trending drier Thursday and beyond. In Yakima, rain likely through Wednesday, a transitional day on Thursday, then dry for Friday and Saturday. In Ellensburg, wet weather probable through Thursday, then a drier trend. In Hermiston, wet and windy through Wednesday, a calmer forecast after that. And finally for Walla Walla, windy through Wednesday, wet through Thursday, but a little breather by Friday.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Netflix is making its biggest move yet, announcing a $72 billion deal. With what the move means for subscribers and why regulators around the world are taking a closer look. Details are coming up in your entertainment headlines right after the break.
There's no place like home for the holidays.
And there's no better time to save on furniture and mattresses than right now during Walker's Friends and Family Sale.
Get the furniture you like at the prices you'll love, with some clearance items up to 70% off.
Plus, take advantage of 5-year special financing with no money down.
And remember, Walker's is where
quality just costs less.
More family to yours. Merry Christmas!
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time.
A great time to buy Ranger, Maverick.
Slate It, and F-Series.
America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Let's light them up.
Now that's some holiday power.
That's Holiday Pro Power onboard.
It's like a mobile generator.
Lease a F-150 SDX 4x4 for $329 a month for 36. Or purchase with 0% for 60 and no payments for 90 days.
I have something for you.
Hi. I have something for you, too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $8,200 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
Deliver joy with Northern Quest gift cards. Good for dining, shopping, hotel stays, and more. It's what's on everyone's wish list this holiday season. So choose their favorite venue or their favorite color, because the Maslow's gift card will give a great Larive massage too. Available online or at Northern Quest, Kalispell Golf and Country Club, or Kalispell Casino. Snag a limited edition holiday card today at Northern Quest. Gift cards at northernquest.com.
During this special season, trust Apple Valley News Now and ABC for an awesome lineup of magical holiday shows with favorites from Disney plus more. It's all proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Happy holidays from Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Looking at your entertainment headlines now, Netflix is expanding its reach.
That's right. The streaming giant announced Friday that it has come to terms with a deal to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. The total price tag, $72 billion with a B. And
Billion with a B. WBD is splitting the company into a pair of publicly traded halves. Once that's finalized, Netflix will take the Warner section while the other half, named Discovery Global.
Paramount had appeared to be the front runner at the bargaining table over the past few weeks, but sources close to the situation say Netflix's two proposals this week were bold. The combination of Netflix, HBO, and Warner Brothers will need a deep regulatory review in several countries, including the U.S.
I'm okay with all of it if they lower the prices.
Please,
that's
come
probably
on.
not going to happen.
No.
Well, in the wake of its announcement, Netflix is reassuring subscribers that nothing is changing. Okay, that's good news. Well, at least for now. Netflix sent an email to its subscribers Friday titled Welcoming Warner Brothers to Netflix. And in it, they say, quote, "Nothing is changing today, and Netflix and Warner Brothers will continue operating separately until the deal closes."
This was reiterated in a frequently asked questions section where Netflix said nothing is changing with the subscribers' current plan. Both companies have said they expect the deal to close later next year if it passes regulatory approval.
WB will still move forward with its plans to split into publicly traded companies next year, and Netflix will take over the streaming and studio side. So nothing is changing today. But it could.
Today.
Yeah,
key word
that's
there.
the key word. Well, turning now to celebrity news, Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry are Instagram official.
I'm sorry, this is news to me. What? Well, the pop star posted a carousel of photos over the weekend, seemingly confirming the months-long rumors that they are in a relationship. The photos feature herself and the former Canadian Prime Minister posing cheek to cheek and eating sushi while in Japan for a world tour.
It came 3 days after former Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida appeared to hard launch the couple's relationship. That's when he posted a photo on X of them alongside himself and his wife and referred to Perry as Trudeau's partner in the caption. They missed a golden opportunity to say, "It's Trudeau" in the caption. Get it? No?
Oh.
Okay, The Weeknd did it first.
No,
and I just stole it.
I like it. I like it. What is this timeline?
It has been rumored for a minute.
Yeah. Katy Perry is now dating the former Canadian Prime Minister, and it gets hard launched by the Japanese Prime Minister.
No, yeah, when you say it like that, it's really funny. It sounds like a sitcom. But it's Trudeau.
It's the Twilight Zone a little bit.
All right, keep it here because coming up next, the Yakama Nation is fighting to protect salmon habitat. They say $50 million in recovery funds is being withheld, and they want it released. We'll break down what's at stake for the region's fisheries all across the Columbia Basin. And as the holidays approach, Franklin County deputies are stepping up to help local families. We have how law enforcement is giving back. It's all in our next half hour on the other side of the break.
During this special season, trust Apple Valley News Now and ABC for an awesome lineup of magical holiday shows with favorites from Disney plus more. It's all proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I win. Are we there yet?
Soon.
What about now? Hey, Dad!
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, with coverage that moves with you, you're free to enjoy your dreams.
Isn't this the dream, Grandpa?
Bundle life and save up to 43% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
At Legends Casino Hotel, we believe the perfect meal begins long before it reaches the table. That's why we partner exclusively with Royal Ranch, a family farm right here in Washington. From Royal Ranch to Legends, every cut of beef we serve begins on land cared for by people who believe in feeding their community responsibly. These cattle are pasture-raised, nourished through a regenerative loop that gives back to the soil and sustains the planet. For us, it's more than food. It's tradition, it's respect for the land, and pride in the people who make it possible. Treat yourself to all-natural pasture-raised, flame-broiled steaks, or melt in your mouth succulent prime rib. Try one of our towering burger creations, the legendary Mount Hood and Mount Adams. Stacked high with all your favorite fixing to satisfy the heartiest appetites and deliver a flavor experience that's bold, memorable, and unmistakably Northwest. From the first sizzle to the last bite, every dish tells a story. Taste the trust. Taste the tradition. Taste Royal Ranch beef, proudly crafted and executed by our culinary trained professionals at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington. Always local, always better, always legendary.
Is it cold outside? Chuck here from Pizza Speedway in Kennewick. Swing by and grab hot pizza in minutes. Right now, buy one pizza, get one free of equal or lesser value. Limit one per customer. With this deal, you can get 2 large pizzas for $17 plus tax. Call ahead or walk in to order. Then cruise the drive-thru or step inside to pick up. Just mention this ad for the discount. Cozy up with a slice and a flavored energy drink or soda infusion. Visit us today at 525 North Edison in Kennewick. Pizza Speedway. Dinner in a flash.
Plan your commute around this dreary Monday morning.
Absolutely electric today.
Wait! Go, go, go!
Yeah! Welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half.
Eagles, Chargers, Monday Night Football at 5 tonight. Apple Valley News Now. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert, and someone's got some big news, right?
I was away for a little while because I was busy getting married. It was a blast. I'm back now, though, but we have some pictures to share just from the wedding. This is from Sunday, November 30th. That's my now husband and I. I gotta remind myself not to say fiance anymore. I've been saying that for 3 years now. But we had a whole weekend celebration, events Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's my family with my dog. Here's the ceremony, which was at the back side of the venue. Just a great time to be surrounded by friends and family and, you know, get us all into the holiday spirit. But everything was perfect. Of course, you know, there's stresses that come with wedding planning and all that, but everything ended up going perfectly according to plan.
Absolutely, and it looks like it was a beautiful ceremony, a beautiful venue, and you had some awesome advice during the last half hours when you have big moments like this, or maybe even in just your day-to-day. Be present, be in the moment, and
yes,
just enjoy
and that was
it all.
advice that I had gotten. But I do want to say the temperatures were 60 degrees like throughout the entire weekend, but then on wedding day outside 40.
40
as the high.
Oh,
it was freezing.
Yeah,
I was cold.
That's tough.
And I wasn't prepared.
Mother Nature, she plays some dirty little tricks like that sometimes. Meanwhile, we're going to be in the 50s and 60s here.
Oh, so it flip-flops, Texas and Washington.
It did kind of flip-flop a little bit, yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about those big weather stories. High winds again for today, tonight. A little break for Tuesday, but they're going to start to ramp up again Tuesday night into Wednesday. The Cascades just going to get totally blasted with water for this week. Over 10 inches of rainfall throughout the course of the work week. So the Natchez River and the Yakima River could reach minor flood stage for some points along the river. And like me and Jessica were just talking about, the highs abnormally warm for this time of the year. So it'll be in the 50s and 60s for this week. Rainfall starting to pick up a little bit more now in the Cascades, and it does look as if there is some snow mostly above pass level. The wind gusts mostly impacting the mountains, not nearly as gusty for lower elevations. That will change a little bit later in the day. And then high temperatures all over the place. 30s and 40s for the mountains, 30s and 40s for the valleys, and 40s and 50s for the base and the foothills. 54 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities. It doesn't feel half bad. Here's your hourly forecast for this Monday for the Tri-Cities. Chances for rain all throughout the day, and the temperatures stepping up their game. When's the last time it's been nearly 60 degrees at 10 p.m.? So that's what we're facing for today. 40s, 50s, and 60s for lower elevations. A gloomy Monday and a gusty Monday as well. We'll talk about those high winds coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We begin this half hour of news with environment news. This as the Yakima Nation is urging the Bonneville Power Administration to release more than $50 million in salmon recovery funds. The tribe says BPA promised the money would remain available after the Columbia Basin Fish Accords expired. But they say it's now withholding it over what BPA calls a litigation issue. The Yakima Nation is disputing that, saying it was a routine court filing and that BPA's move threatens key habitat and hatchery projects projects. However, tribal leaders want the funding restored, saying it's critical for salmon recovery in the region. And in more environment news, Congressman Dan Newhouse and U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright visited the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory last week, listening to scientists about how their work is shaping the future of American energy. The tour highlighted new technology being commissioned under the Department of Energy's Office of Science, specifically in the Biological and Environmental Research Program. Secretary Wright called the country's national labs the crown jewels of scientific innovation, saying PNNL stands out as one of the best in the world.
PNNL is absolutely world-class. Big, broad, collaborative, smiling faces. People love what they do here. I'm thrilled to spend the day with them here and thrilled to see the future of this lab thrive.
And while he was there, Wright also talked about President Trump's new Genesis mission, an executive order directing federal agencies to use artificial intelligence to speed up scientific discovery. The nation's labs, including PNNL, will play a major role in that effort. 6:35 and making a difference now. As the holidays get closer, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office is finding new ways to help support students and local families. The Sheriff's Foundation helps fund many things, giving deputies the ability to step in when they meet someone who needs support. And during the holidays, that often includes events with Cops and Kids, where children can shop for gifts for their families with the help of deputies and volunteers. The Sheriff's Office says they work year-round to support the community, and they're always looking for new ways to help. All right, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, holiday deals are far from over, but Consumer Reports is saying when you shop this month could save you the most. We have the key dates to know and how to avoid costly mistakes. It's all coming up in your Consumer Reports right after the break.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, we want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of our patients. It's been a pleasure to serve you and to improve your smiles. So, from all of us to you and yours, happy holidays and a very Merry Christmas.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet. Repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone, and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, we get you printed, distributed, and sold on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and bookstores. We'll even promote your book.
Call 1-800-711-9637 or scan the QR code.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will have high winds to start off this week for Monday night. A little bit of a break for Tuesday, but then they start to pick back up for Tuesday night into Wednesday. So for today, 50-mile-per-hour gusts for US 97 at Sadish Pass, 40 to 45-mile-per-hour gusts for the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Pendleton, and Walla Walla. For tonight, this is probably going to be the strongest time frame. 55 miles per hour for Sadish Pass, 35 miles per hour for Ellensburg and Yakima, 45 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Pendleton, and Walla Walla. Again, we kind of hand wave Tuesday as they'll start to pick back up for Tuesday night. 35 to 40 miles per hour for the Blue Foothills and the Lower Columbia Basin, and then into Wednesday starting to pick up again for the valleys, and still 35 to 40 miles per hour for the Basin and for the Foothills. Our weather is going to be so active over the next handful of days as we're just going to have this train of storm systems that's really just going to run over the same tracks. And you see this warm front attached to it, which is way up in British Columbia, which means we're definitely seeing, we're in the warm sector of this storm system, if you will, which means in turn, we're going to be very mild for this week. Borderline warm for some portions of this week, but 50s and 60s all throughout the week. Here's what it's going to look like in the Yakima Valley. Pretty close to 60 degrees on Wednesday, which is about 20 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And even the coolest day, which is going to be Tuesday, 50 degrees. That's still 8 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And given we'll be so warm, lots of rain for the mountains. That's going to make our rivers rise. I'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We turn now to a consumer report this morning. If you're trying to cross off names on your holiday list, or if you haven't even started shopping yet, like me, this one's for you.
That's right. Consumer Report says December is packed with chances to save, and knowing when to shop can make all the difference.
December brings wave after wave of discounts, but timing matters.
So after Cyber Monday, which falls at the very beginning of the month, I'd say the most important day in December is Free Shipping Day. That is your last day to get everything guaranteed to your house by Christmas Eve.
If you miss that deadline, you can still shop online, but it can cost you.
You may be looking at paying extra in shipping costs to get it there in time, or playing that risky little game of, is it going to get there in time or not?
And if you're truly cutting it close, there's one more major milestone. Super Saturday, the last Saturday before Christmas. You may have missed the window for home delivery, but you can still order online from your local store and do a pickup.
That way you don't really have to face the crowds quite as much. You can run in, get into that customer service line, pick up stuff that's already paid for, and get out and get back in your car and get home.
But what if that special gift you really, really wanted wasn't under the tree?
Once the holidays are over, the deals don't stop. A lot of retailers will discount things because they're clearing out inventory to make room for the new year.
And if a gift doesn't fit or it's just not your style.
A lot of retailers have extended return policies for the holidays that stretch into January, either halfway through the month or all the way to the end of the month. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the retailer's policies. Everyone is a little bit different.
Wishing you happy holiday shopping. This is Marcy Whalen.
Also, remember that extra time to return might not apply to electronics and other big ticket items.
And that's just another reason to check those return policies.
Yeah, make sure you do that. All right, keep it here because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Mr. Josh here will be back with your full First Alert weather forecast. I hear we're getting rain. Yikes. Right, Josh?
Yep.
Okay.
Rain, a lot of rain, maybe too much rain for some of our rivers. We'll talk about that. And we'll time it all out with Futurecast coming up on the other side of the break.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
We're forging the future of the city of Pasco, and we need your voice. The city is updating our comprehensive plan, which covers everything from housing and transportation to utilities and parks. This document showcases the vision of what we want Pasco to be in 2046 and beyond. Tell us about the type of businesses you'd like to see, the types of parks you'd like to visit, and the type of neighborhood you want to live in. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit pasco-wa.gov/comp-plan and become part of the future.
Apple Valley News Now welcomes My Network TV, a new channel with the Seattle Kraken, plus great shows. After rescanning your set, watch us on broadcast channels 35.5 and 42.5. The new My Network TV from Apple Valley News Now.
At State Fair Park, the lights will glow. A shimmering, glittering holiday show. The 6th annual Drive-Through Light Fest, a joyous sight. Presented by Giza Credit Union, all merry and bright.
From December 12th through the 21st, load up the sleigh with family and friends from 5 to 9 p.m. each night to see Santa, Cindy Lou, the Grinch, and more. Enjoy miles of lights and themed displays with hot cocoa and treats available for purchase. Tickets are available for purchase at the gate or online at statefairpark.org.
Good morning, sunshine.
I said get up, sunshine.
Monday, from Avatar, Fire and Ash, Sigourney Weaver, plus Mark Hamill.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're going to have just a ton of rain up in the Cascades all throughout this week. So the Naches and the Yakima rivers could reach up to minor flood stage. We'll talk about that in a second. First, let's go ahead and show you futurecast over the next 48 hours. We put this into motion by 8 this morning. This is when rainfall is starting to become much more heavy for the Cascades, and then lighter rainfall making it down to the valleys. By lunchtime, looks like the bulk of this continues to be up in the mountains, and that's going to be the trend as we head into the afternoon and for the evening. Just look at the consistent stretch of very heavy rainfall for the mountains. Then for tonight, this is when snow levels starting to drop down. Also, rainfall in general is starting to move down into lower elevations, but this is when our passes could get a little bit dicey. It is going to be wet all throughout the day for tomorrow. And you see, once again, some very heavy stuff for both mountain ranges, but especially for the Cascades. And we'll have more as we head into Thursday. So you can see hour-by-hour precip chances for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Rain chances looking likely in the Tri-Cities through Wednesday. A little bit drier for Thursday, looking completely dry for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, here are some of the rainfall totals we're expecting from this morning through early on Friday morning. This is not a typo. Could have upwards of a foot of rainfall in the mountains, specifically for the Cascades throughout the course of this work week. So because of that, river levels will rise. We've been kind of cycling through these all morning. Here's the Yakima River near Parker. Looks like this one is going to forecast on Thursday, and so that would crest at over 11 feet. Thursday at 4 p.m. That would be minor flood stage. At this level, widespread minor flooding of farmland and county roads along the river will be noted per the National Weather Service Pendleton official river forecast. You can read more about the potential for minor flooding online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Also, a little bit of snow in the forecast from tonight through tomorrow afternoon. 4 inches for Tollgate, 2 to 4 inches for Cascade Passes. We're much more concerned about the rain for this week. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain likely through Wednesday, windy Monday and Wednesday, trending drier Thursday and beyond. In Yakima, rain likely through Wednesday, a transitional day on Thursday, then dry for Friday and Saturday. In Ellensburg, wet weather probable through Thursday, then a drier trend. In Hermiston, wet and windy through Wednesday, a calmer forecast after that. And then for Walla Walla, windy through Wednesday, wet through Thursday, but a little breather by Friday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a family speaking out after the city of San Diego moves forward to approve a $30 million settlement.
If we're going to allow officers to pull triggers and shoot people without verifying who they are first when they're unarmed and they're running away and they're getting shot in the back, well, we got to do something about that to make sure this doesn't happen to somebody else.
16-year-old Kanoa Wilson was shot and killed by police last January. In graphic body-worn camera video released by the San Diego Police Department, Officer Daniel Gold is running towards the sound of gunshots. Kanoa then seen running past him. Officer Gold firing without warning, striking the teen in the back.
I think there are 30 million ways that you could look at this as being an apology.
And coming up at 7 a.m., more from their attorney. With your GMA First Look, I'm Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
With depression, it feels like every day you're just going through the motions. But what if you could get your go back?
Go with Auvelity.
Auvelity worked fast. Some saw relief in as early as 1 week. And Auvelity lasted. On average, significant relief was seen at 6 weeks. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions in young adults. Tell your doctor about sudden changes to mood, thoughts, or behavior. Don't take Auvelity if you have a history of seizure, eating disorder, or have abruptly stopped drinking alcohol, or taking benzodiazepines, barbiturates, or anti-seizure medicine. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Don't take if you're allergic to dextromethorphan, bupropion, or any of the ingredients in Auvelity. Don't take with MAOIs. High blood pressure, manic episodes, serious eye problems, and dizziness can occur. Report all medicines you take to avoid a life-threatening condition. Don't take Auvelity if you are or may become pregnant. Side effects can include dizziness, headache, diarrhea, feeling sleepy, dry mouth, sexual function problems, and excessive sweating. Ask your provider about Auvelity.
Go with Auvelity.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:52. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. The Trump administration appears to be changing its approach when it comes to concerns about affordability. The Treasury Secretary argues the economy is strong, but he's acknowledging the, quote, affordability problem. President Trump is creating a task force to look at food prices. Some Republicans are urging action on the issue. The White House blames the Biden administration for high inflation, and many economists say Trump bears some responsibility too. In your business news, it always feels great to give, but it's really great when you can give without opening your own wallet. Amazon understands that, which is why they're bringing back their annual Thank My Driver program. That's where customers who receive packages from Amazon can give a $5 tip to drivers while the tech company picks up the tab. Amazon officials say this is a way to recognize its workers during the busier than usual holiday season and to give a driver a bonus. Say, Alexa, thank my driver to your device, or go to Amazon's website and search for Thank My Driver. Talking sports, Washington State University's head coach Jimmy Rogers has taken a head coaching job at Iowa State. Iowa State says Rogers has signed a 6-year contract with the Cyclones. Rogers has been serving as head coach at WSU and led the Cougs to a bowl game his first season in the Palouse. You can learn more about the change right now at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. And we go now to your top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. First up, the Moses Lake School District has officially ended its week-long educator strike. District officials submitted a plan that restores many provisions from the union's previous contract. That includes a 2% pay increase and retroactive pay. And with the proposal accepted, students are returning to the classroom today on a normal late start schedule. And the Kennewick School District is asking voters to approve 2 four-year levies. One covers educational programs and daily operations, and the other funds safety, security, and classroom technology. Together, the levies make up about 9% of the district's budget and could unlock up to $16.5 million per year in additional state funding. Officials say these funds help maintain many programs. A family dog alerted its owners to a fire Friday morning in West Richland on Broadview Drive. Firefighters found heavy smoke and flames coming from the garage. The dog's barking helped the family to escape. Officials believe the fire may have started from a space heater that was being used for pets. We're told some family pets are still missing and the cause is still under investigation. Franklin County leaders are calling for a major discussion on safety along Highway 395 near Pasco. Commissioners, state legislators, and the public will meet this Wednesday at the Hapo Center to discuss potential solutions after a series of deadly crashes. Officials are inviting community members to join the conversation and help shape safety improvements. And Hermiston kicked off its holiday season with the tree lighting and lighted parade downtown. The city is continuing festivities all month long with family-friendly events, including Pancakes with Santa and the Candy Cane Village this weekend. Evening light shows will begin at 5 p.m. every night, making downtown a festive destination throughout December. And trending now this morning, you know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Buddy?
Not Buddy the Elf, but a reindeer by that name has a new claim to fame. Officials say he ran away from a recent Christmas event in England.
Oh. They say that led to an hours-long search involving a drone and police. But now Buddy is back where he belongs after rescuers found him on a beach. He's just, you know, waves probably calm him. The beach probably calms him.
He's one of those rare reindeer that he likes the summer better than the winter.
Yeah, he didn't choose that life for himself.
Yeah, he probably had a corona.
That was his dad's dream.
Yeah.
We're not really seeing, well, we're kind of seeing summer-like temperatures as far as Washington goes. 60s.
Yeah,
Texas was 40.
More like spring, fall, but we'll go ahead. Anytime you're 20 degrees above normal during the winter, it might as well be summer, right? So
right.
We'll see that.
And a run to the beach.
Yes, but a lot of rainfall in the mountains for this week, which is atypical for this time of the year, which means our rivers will rise, and we'll talk about that in just a second. First Alert Radar showing you some light rainfall for the time being right now in the Cascades. That is, trust me folks, that is going to get a lot heavier. And this map is going to be much more lit up as well a little bit later in the day, especially as we head into the afternoon and evening. But for now, just gusty for the mountains, not so much for the lower elevations. Current temperatures kind of all over the map right now. We're seeing 30s, we're seeing 40s, we're seeing 50s, 37 in Yakima. Not as fun as 53 this morning in the Tri-Cities, which is not going to feel too bad when I'm walking outside going on my lunch break. So for today, 40s, 50s, and 60s for lower elevations. A gloomy Monday out there, a very windy one as well. We'll see the wind gusts ramping back up for Tuesday night and a Wednesday. In general, bank on gusts between 40 to 50 miles per hour. And then just a ton of rainfall this week in the Cascades, maybe another 10 inches of it. So the Natchez River, the Yakima River, going to get into minor flood stage. That's something we'll be also tracking very closely throughout the course of this week.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.